For 4 years, I gave up my sleep, my health, and my entire life for him. But the day I saw his bedroom door half open, I learned I was nothing more than his free maid. And that was the day I decided I wouldn't just leave him. I would destroy him. After this, the story would jump straight into the moment when she's standing on the stairs with the laundry and hears his voice. So viewers immediately want to know what happens next. I used to believe that the truest proof of love was measured by what you were willing to sacrifice for someone else. For years ago, I gave up almost every piece of myself for Mark. My career, my circle of friends, my physical health, even my ability to sleep through the night. After his accident, my days revolved around keeping him alive and comfortable. I spoon-fed him meals he could stomach, bathed him when he couldn't move, and lifted his frail body in and out of bed. If he drooled, I gently wiped his face. I taught myself to cook bland food because his body couldn't handle spice anymore. I kept telling myself, this is what love looks like. This is what you do for the man you've chosen. One afternoon felt like any other, until it wasn't. I was carrying a basket of freshly dried clothes up the stairs, still warm in my arms, when I heard his voice. Not the tired, weak tone I had grown used to, but something lighter, almost smug. "She's nothing more than a free maid," he laughed. The words froze me mid-step. My feet didn't move, but my heart did. A sharp drop straight into my stomach. Then I heard another voice, soft and teasing and unmistakably feminine. I stepped quietly toward the nearly closed bedroom door. Through the narrow gap, I saw his hand, steady, not trembling, not weak, holding a wine glass. My eyes followed upward, and there she was, perched casually on the bed, hair spilling over bare shoulders, sitting on the quilt my grandmother had made, the same quilt I used to wrap around him when his pain left him shaking. I didn't gasp. I didn't drop the laundry. I just stood there, absorbing every detail until the image etched itself into my mind forever. That night, I lay next to him as if nothing had happened. I accepted his goodnight kiss, though my heart felt like stone. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. Something inside me had shifted. I decided then, I wouldn't bury him in the ground. I would bury him in a way that left him no way back. I began quietly. I started keeping records. The medications he claimed to take but didn't. Transfers from our accounts into ones I'd never seen. Receipts for lingerie in sizes that weren't mine. Every piece of proof I copied and filed away. I tracked down the woman, his former physical therapist, the one he'd fired 6 months earlier. She thought he was divorced. He told her I was some clingy live-in nurse who refused to leave. I didn't bother correcting her. I simply asked if she'd be willing to forward me the messages he'd sent. She did eagerly. Then I visited our lawyer, under the harmless pretense of updating his will, just in case. That's when I learned something valuable. If I could prove he was more physically capable than he claimed, I could challenge his disability benefits and insurance payouts. So I waited. I installed a hidden camera in the living room. For months, nothing. Then one afternoon, the camera caught him, alone, walking across the room. His steps weren't perfect, but they were enough. Enough to dismantle his lies in court. The day I decided to act was painfully beautiful. Clear skies, bright sunlight. I put all my evidence into a neat folder. I met with his insurance investigator first. He practically lit up when he saw the footage. Then I handed our lawyer the stack of documents. Adultery, fraud, misappropriation of funds. Divorce papers were ready before I left the office, along with an order freezing his accounts. I walked out before he woke from his nap. Left the refrigerator empty. Left the front door unlocked. Left a single note on the kitchen counter. Check your bank balance. And your phone. And the door. I won't be back. When I returned later, with the investigator and 2 police officers, he was mid-argument with her over the phone. His voice cracked when they read the charges. Fraud, perjury. In a panic, he tried to stand and plead his case, and the investigator hit record. "Oh," the man said with a smile, "so you can walk." They cuffed him on the spot. She didn't stay to help him. The divorce was swift. He lost the house, his savings, and